Hey guys, I'm back, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to, the latest video I've ever put out on my channel. In today's video, I'm finally going to be doing a spoiler review on, Spider-Man No Way Home, yeah, this video isn't going to be particularly long, it's just me giving my thoughts on some of the, more spoilerific stuff of Spider-Man No Way Home, because I didn't do that when I made my, my first review, my spoiler-free review, and, yeah, the movie's been out for, well over a month now, and this is a very late video, and I'm very sorry about that, but I did want to make this video, and so I'm doing it now. If you haven't seen my spoiler review of this film, my movie review of it, check that out if you want to hear my thoughts on it. But briefly summing it up, I really enjoyed this film. Thought it was a fantastic Spider-Man movie, and as a Spider-Man fan, and I've been a fan of the films for a really massive amount of time now, I thought it was fan service done right. It didn't feel too annoying. It didn't feel like the movie was relying on it in any way. It never felt like a cash grab or anything done like that. It was just fan service done right, in my opinion. And I really loved a lot of the stuff they did with the character of Peter Parker and Spider-Man once the second half of the film rolled around. One thing I really didn't like about the movie, though, was the actual opening spell, and how everything took place. I thought it felt really pathetic compared to the rest of the movie, this massive scale collaboration of Spider-Man movies. And it all technically started with the death of Mysterio and Spider-Man Far From Home. But, it was, all because Doctor Strange did this spell, completely out of nowhere, instantly, just because a teenage boy requested it from him. It's just kind of blows my mind a little bit in a bad way, because it feels kind of out of character for Doctor Strange. And I was talking to one of my friends about this, and he did say that Doctor Strange has acted kind of irresponsibly throughout the rest of the MCU, and this is kind of in character him, I guess. But I thought this was just completely random, and I just thought it felt really out of character for Doctor Strange, doing a spell he knew was really dangerous, just doing it without even taking a moment to stop and think about what he was doing. But that's my opinions on the film. Now let's start discussing, spoilers and the plot of the film and everything like that. We'll start off talking about the first big event in the film that, wasn't spoiled in any of the trailers, Aunt May's death. And overall, I think this was a brilliantly executed scene, very heartbreaking scene, very emotionally effective. And I was surprised, actually, that this was the only death in the film, considering the fact that the director said this movie would be the end game of the Spider-Man movies. But they're probably making more Spider-Man movies after this one now at this point. I don't think this is the last Tom Holland one. Yeah, I was surprised this was the only death in the film. Not so surprised at the death. I was kind of expecting Aunt May to die in this film, if I'm being honest. But yeah, overall, really great scene. And yeah, very, very good death scene, I think. And now let's talk about all three Spider-Mans coming back in the film. And yeah, the rumors were true. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showed up in this movie alongside Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker / Spider-Man. And I'm happy that the rumors were true. Fantastic sequences between the three of them, absolutely just phenomenal, chemistry between the three of them. So much fun to watch on screen. And, it resulted in loads of fan service in this movie, and just absolutely phenomenal. I was watching stuff on that cinema screen that I never thought I'd be seeing in my entire life, and my god, it was just so much fun. The sequence in which Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man saves MJ from falling, just absolutely amazing sequence. After, considering the fact that Gwen Stacy didn't stick the landing in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Much like many people, this movie, meant the world to me as a Spider-Man fan, because I did, grow up watching the Spider-Man movies, not in the way that, a lot of, fans did, where, they're actually, alive when the older movies came out, because I wasn't when the Tobey Maguire ones came out, but the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies were the first movies of their kind that I watched. When I was a lot younger, I watched them as the first sort of comic book action movies, and I loved them so much. I watched through his whole trilogy when I was younger, starting off with Spider-Man 2 was the first one I watched. Still absolutely amazing Spider-Man movie. And then I moved on to the Andrew Garfield ones, and then when I was a bit older, I watched the Tom Holland ones. And so yeah, I really loved this movie as a Spider-Man fan. So yeah, I absolutely adored the stuff they did with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland in the movie, with the three Spider-Mans in the film. Loved the way they were brought into the movie as well, with through the portals and everything. And with Ned doing the pause and everything. And once MJ said, I guess you have to keep doing it until you find the real one, that's the moment where they just hinted at Tobey Maguire coming in, and it's just absolutely amazing in my opinion. So yeah, absolutely loved all the stuff they did with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland in the film. Now it's time to talk about the ending of the film. And I think in the context of the rest of the movie, the ending was great. With, you know, whole message of with great power comes great responsibility and everything. Loved all of that, and Spider-Man literally sacrificing himself at the end to save the lives of a bunch of other people. Really liked what they did there. Didn't necessarily mean I liked the ending though. You know, I wasn't a massive fan of the ending, but I definitely respected it in the context of the rest of the movie. Yeah, just, you know, I didn't like it because it involved Spider-Man, you know, everyone forgetting about Peter Parker, including MJ and Ned. And obviously I didn't like that because I love these Spider-Man movies. But yeah, in the context of the rest of the film, I have to say it was a pretty good ending. And finally, let's talk about the mid-credits and post-credit scenes of the movie. Mid-credit scene I thought was a fun little scene, you know, just a really fun little scene, between Eddie Brock and Venom. And, yeah, they're in the MCU. We just got a little bit of footage of you know, a little small sequence of them inside the MCU. They're still in the MCU. Well, they were, but you know, that was pretty cool. And the ending obviously hints at Venom, the symbiote, staying inside the MCU. I wish they did something, you know, they did something further with Eddie Brock and Venom in the MCU instead of just the mid-credit scene of this movie that was played for laughs. But I still didn't really mind it that much. But that post-credit scene is a whole different story. We literally got a trailer, for like a full-out trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in the film, in the post-credit scene of the film. It was basically a teaser trailer, but this is like one of the only times, I don't know if it's like the only time or what, but it's got to be one of the only times that we've had an actual trailer for a film inside another film before that trailer has actually been released online. And my opinions on it, I thought it was really great. I do really like the trailer for the film. And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is my single most anticipated film of 2022, because apparently it's going to be a Marvel horror movie, which I'm really looking forward to. Still need to see the first one though. But now it's time for my final verdict on the spoilers of the film and the, you know, entire plot. And overall, I think, you know, I love the stuff that they did. I'm so glad they brought in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and all the stuff like that. I thought the ending was okay. I do have mixed feelings about the ending. I'm honestly just surprised and a little bit disappointed that they didn't have more surprises in the film, past what had already been like leaked online or something. But you know, that ending was pretty unexpected and pretty great. I knew they were going to do something dramatic for the character, because I think when this movie came out, it's supposed to be the final one for Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, but I do think they're making a new one now. But yeah, really love this film overall, and some really great stuff they did inside of the film. But yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for watching this review. If you did enjoy, please do remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.